Welcome back to Shifted Reality, the place where dreams come to life. In this episode, join me, Minovate, along with my family and the friends we've made along the way as we embarked on a storage quest. With our Phase 2 expansion now complete, it's time to confront the chest monster and reveal our well-organized storage solutions. Watch closely as we transform the interior space, optimizing every corner for maximum functionality. It's time to witness the enchantment in Season 1, Episode 4 of Shifted Reality. Alright, it's move-in day. Time to move into the new build. So, I have this. It's all meant for storage. And we could go lazy and just put a bunch of boxes in here and have a chest monster that is somewhat protected by creepers. Or we can look at organizing. And for organization, I'm thinking about individual rooms for individual purposes. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm thinking something like this, where we have this room, so the walls where the scaffolding currently is, and we could have like blast furnaces, store our iron and gold raw ore here, and I just have a lever to turn the furnaces on and off, and it just feeds down below for when you want to collect the raw material. Although I'd probably have to adjust a little bit to fit in a third one for copper. And then have some sort of mechanism of moving your fuel source from one chest here to either that side, and then over here I could have another just plain old furnace room that would process the vast amounts of cobblestone I'm currently sitting on into regular stone, just to make it a little more useful for future building. And then that would be like the first couple of rooms of specific storage. And also this way we could start off with coal, but then later on, if we get a different, such as a kelp farm, we could upgrade our fuel source to basically anything. And right now I'm kind of working with Red Ore here as he's contemplating what I am talking about and seeing if he can't come up with any better designs than my rather poor redstone skills, and developing anything even as simple as a auto smelter. And there we have it, a very simple basic auto smelter. Now I should clarify, this is not a super smelter. It's not designed for speed, just for functionality. When you need a small amount of items, you come up, you glance in your chest like, oh, I don't have enough gold. I can just flip a switch, turns on, flip it off a little bit later, and we'll get a small amount of gold for what we need then and there. I might later consider doing a super smelter design where if you need a lot of items really fast, but that's going to be more so for something to go down below in the larger basement spaces. Right now this is just a place to store our basic ores that we collect and have it available for when we need it for design or build or just general utility. And I do want to thank Red Ore for helping me out, because we were having a little bit of issues where a powered rail that handles the minecart that feeds the fuel supply was occasionally powering these various other hoppers, making them so that they wouldn't feed in the fuel or the material when you wanted it to go. So we got that all sorted out, and it is all working. We just got to finish the decorating, and unfortunately, to make this as efficient as it should be, we need about 26 stacks or more of a fuel source. So I got to work that out.
Yes, I'll come back to you. Then I'll ask, what have we done under the sun?
Now, the auto smelter requires a lot of fuel just to keep it running on a regular basis. So I'm out looking for specific structures that will have a lot of surface coal available. That actually looks somewhat promising. A little bit of broken land up there. Let's see what we have. Oh. Ooh. What is this? Oh, man. Oh. If only I was doing a Pirate Cove theme this time around, this would be perfect. Oh, let's not get distracted. Let's keep going. We have far and wide to search today. And this is one of the many biomes I am looking for, a stony shoreline. They usually have lots of surface coal and iron and copper I can pick up. And of course I'm using my Silk Touch. When I get back to my base, I use the Fortune 3 in order to break it up into as many pieces of overall valuable resources I can get. Let's see, any other outcroppings before I move on? Oh, there's some iron. As of these stony surfaces are really the best, not the best. I'm still looking for that. I knew there had to be a little bit more coal here. Yeah, that looks like we probably tapped most of it, but let's move on. Now, one of the things you may have noticed is I have not gone to producing massive farms. Like, going out and collecting the coal I need to keep the auto smelter fully stocked is probably far more time consuming than simply making a kelp farm. So you might be wondering, well, gee, why aren't you making a kelp farm? Well, part of this is to set an example on this channel, because a big part of what we are doing is we are trying to play Minecraft with our family, with our kids. And I'm sure there's lots of parents out there who maybe don't know exactly how to get in on that with their kids, but would maybe want to. That's a shame. I actually, for a moment, thought that was an emerald ore. I was going to pick it up, but I guess not. Not that lucky. Anyway, as I was saying, maybe they just don't know how to get in with their kids. And if they go onto YouTube and they start looking for Minecraft videos and everything, and they start seeing these massive farms like what you see on Hermitcraft and other tutorials, they might get intimidated and not realize that you can just simply pop in once in a while and just have a little fun with your kids. So that's the lesson, and the examples that we are trying to lead is you can accomplish all the things you see in some of the bigger channels without having to resort to these massive farms. Do the massive farms make it easier? Absolutely. Have I done massive farms in the past? Yes, I have. But is that the lesson that we're trying to share here? Not really. So we're taking these things nice and slow and kind of looking at how we can approach Minecraft in a more family-friendly, casual play sort of environment. I hope you guys are enjoying the journey so far. Oh yeah, this is a safe village for these villagers. There's no way they're going to accidentally walk into this giant pool of lava in the middle of their town square. Villagers are the worst. Now, I don't normally jump into raid villages that much. They usually don't have anything good. However, savanna villages tend to have one thing that I know somebody on the server always wants. And yes, I am recording this after I already found it. That is in fact in this chest. And that is the double tall grass, which is the only way you can get it in vanilla Minecraft, is to find it in this particular style of village. And I know somebody who really likes to collect these because he tends to get every item in the game every season, so I am just going to pick that up for him and maybe trade it for something valuable. Maybe I'll just give it to him. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Look at this large stony outcropping. There is a very good chance that what we are looking for is nearby with this kind of find. Oh, I can already see the coal and iron from the shore. Now you might notice that I stole a bed from the village. And that's because if I die this far out away from my base, I don't want to have to walk all the way back. So the bed is... Oh, jeez, I still have the... Hold on while we wait for the mine fatigue to clear from that ocean monument we sailed over a while back. As I was saying, I stole a bed from the village we were in a minute ago, just so that if I die out here, I don't have to walk all the way back because we are pretty far from our base. Hello, creeper. Alright, getting some good resources. Still a few other Ooh, what? What? Alright. Now, I actually found one of these on our first day, but I wasn't recording at the time. And I actually died a lot and didn't actually get anything good out of it, so it didn't really matter. But I'm kind of hoping that maybe we can get some goodies out of this. Seems pretty isolated. Let's see what we can do for sniping these guys. Now here's always the question, the infinity bow or the mending bow? Now I know one of the biggest arguments people have for the mending bow is that the tipped arrows don't work with infinity bows. Well, for that, I say that is actually the same reason why I kind of stand where I stand in general between the two. Infinity bows are useful in the early stages of the game when you don't have access to a skeleton farm or a lot of Fletchers to trade for tipped arrows and things like that. But later on in the later parts of the game, once you have all the resources and everything set up, then mending becomes a lot better because you just end up with so many arrows that you just don't need. And so that's my take on it. Start the game with infinity, end the game with mending. What is your take? Leave your opinions in the comments down below. Alright, I think I have them all cleared out, so let's head on in. See where we are at. What do you think? Trident or the bow? This level's all clear. Ah! Bed! Nope. Yeah, I'm not even worried. I doubt I'll be near any villagers or bases before I am done. But with that, just one stray guy. Let's see, anything good? Yes, sentry armor trim. Nice. That's what I like to see. Don't need tripwires. I got plenty of this. And a goat horn. I don't actually know if this will play with the way my mic is set up, but... Goat horn. Alright, time to move on. Now, I don't know if I have any plans for Mangrove. I should get a popsicle just in case. Are there any already grown? None that are grown? Come on. Ugh, talking about bad luck. How is there not a single grown popule? Oh, if I find one, I'll grab one. If not, keep searching for what I'm looking for. That last stony outcropping looked promising, but was a bit of a bust. Okay, here's another spot that looks promising. Lots of exposed stone, tall, high above the surface. This might be a winner. We might have a winner here. Let's see what we can find. Let's see. Oh, I'm not seeing anything from the shoreline. Let's go inland a little bit and see what we can find. Wow, look how high up that swampy mud extends up this mountain. That's kind of crazy. Remember what we were saying earlier about a great place for pirate coves? Dig out that tunnel, break out on the other side. This would also be a great place for that kind of build. Still not quite what I'm looking for, but I'm still a little bit hopeful, actually. Now, I know I say this a lot, but that part over there is definitely looking promising. We might have found this biome that we are looking for. Don't see a lot of exposed iron. No, is this just a stony outcropping on a desert? Dang it, no. Ugh. I thought I found it that time. Alright, keep on exploring. That's all you can do. Keep on exploring. Keep on exploring. Oh, look at that stony outcropping. How high that is. Oh, it looks like it sends a ways back too. Oh, we might finally be home. We might finally have it. Is that diorite or? Oh, if only that was calcite, this would be. If that was calcite, we'd definitely be where we need to be, but we should be able to get a little bit here at least. Let's just pick it up and before we completely abandon this as a loss. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow adventurers, I think I can definitively say that we may have reached the golden land for collecting copper and coal and iron. It's looking very This is looking way more positive than any previous location that we have come across on this journey. But the thing that will make me know for 100% that we have made it to the land of milk and honey is if we can find a calcite vein running through this stone. Because, I'm getting lots of the coal and iron that I'm looking for right on the surface. Look how big these veins are. This is looking so positive. This will serve us easily, provide all the fuel we need for the entire season. Not even joking. If I'm right about this. Look how readily available it is. It's just begging to be picked up and taken home with us. So, unfortunately, we picked up a lot of junk to get here, but we can get rid of that. But I tell you, if we see a calcite vein, then we know we're definitely in the right spot. Oh, but look at it. Iron, more coal. Even if we don't see the calcite vein, we are so rolling in exactly the resources that we were hoping to find here. Oh, come on, iron pickaxe. Hold out a little bit longer. It's the Silk Touch iron pickaxe I've been repairing on an anvil for a while. I don't know if I'll be able to get very many more repairs out of it, so might be time to upgrade to diamond and get mending. Oh, really? Is it really just this one mountain? I was so sure. Oh, man. I do not see the calcite, and I mean, it's still a good source. I mean, stony surface, high up in the Y level. Still a good source, but it's not going to be quite the unending source that I was hoping for. I hope it didn't get anyone's hopes up. But let's collect what we can while we're here. I do like emerald ore. It is a nice decorative piece. Not really useful for anything else. What? No, do not kill me. Do not kill me. Do not kill me. I do not have a spawn set. Okay, I was not expecting to encounter him right now. As I was saying, emerald ore is a nice decorative element, but I don't really exactly have a lot of space for miscellaneous stuff. Well, at least I have this on position on camera. If I really need it, I can come back for it, but man, I really thought I found the calcite mountain now. Still a good source, high in the Y level, stony. But it's that calcite mountain is what we're looking for. Well, it's getting late, and I think I'm going to have to call it. I'm running out of food. My inventory is pretty full. There's a few things I can throw away, like the tripwire hook. Who needs that? But I still have not found a calcite mountain range. But I did find these nice stony peak mountain range. A little bit disappointed it wasn't calcite, because that is a stone I like to work with and build with. But I should still be able to find enough materials here to fill up what I need, at least for now, and I've wasted a lot of time searching for just this anyway, so we will grab what we need, grab what we can carry, and head back to our base. Really? Someone else has been here already? I'm not even the first one here. I hope they didn't take off too much of the surface level stuff, but well, we'll see what we can find. Now this is our auto smelter. So if you have any fuel, it goes in here, and it'll supply the fuel for the rooms on either side of this, on either side here. Okay. If you need any iron, gold, or copper, you just flip the switch above the furnaces, or above the blast furnaces, and it will start smelting out the copper or iron for you. And you just pick it up down below. Okay. And then over here, this is for anything that just needs a regular furnace. Now, I did not have this set up as a super smelter, so it's not particularly fast. And all the cobblestone is currently in here because, frankly, most of the cobblestone is probably going to be smelted into stone for building the castle later. This here is all of our wood. I have the small chest just for any leftovers of, like, when you combine the 4 logs to get the bark on all sides. They can go there. And those are the woods that we have so far. All this can be expanded. Miscellaneous things that were made. All of our saplings, etc. At some point we should probably put signs up, or like an item frame or something on the outside of each of these doors to kind of designate what's inside of the rooms. And then obviously the next room here, you have the stone room. In this last room, I'm thinking everything deep slated down, the deep dark. I haven't done much decorating in there because, well, I haven't found a deep dark yet, so we don't really have any deep dark stuff to decorate with. But here, that's where we go. This area right here, under this window, this is something I think I've been thinking about. If we put a room here, it would kind of block off access to the stairwell. So what I was thinking is making a little mini kitchen with that other smoker that you have. What do you think? And it's not like a fancy kitchen, but like the kind of kitchen that maybe the servants of a castle would use for their own, purposes. But then that way we can put in all the storage of like raw meat or raw fish and things that can be cooked in the smoker. We could just stack up and pile in right here in this corner. And up here we have, go ahead, everything for bows or arrows and anything of that nature is what I've been putting in here. And then over here is where I've been putting all the tools and armor that we have. In this room I have plants and flowers. And then over here is all of our farm items. And anything that doesn't fit into into one of these categories, we don't have sorted yet. I do not yet have a mob room, no. So do you want to build a room for mob drops and then... But yeah, mob drops would probably go somewhere down here. Honestly, I'd probably start in the back corner and then work our way back towards the stairs. Well, the way down bottom floors, I'm thinking we should be looking at eventually, if we ever have a need for a super smelter, like we want to smelt things like really fast, or we start getting so much storage that we need a shulker loader or other sort of automated things. Because that's why these rooms are so big, is to give room for redstone designs. As you saw, my son came along and he built out these bottom rooms. And I just figured since we're in a lower level, the castle maybe is getting a little bit damp, a little bit wet and around the corners. So I'm just kind of replacing some of these blocks with a little bit of mossy blocks, just to kind of give that damp castle feel to it. Not a whole lot, just a little bit here and there. I just went through and I took out a number of the blocks that were already there and converted them. And okay, that's weird. I should not have ran out. Did I actually? I might have to place one accidentally somewhere. I'll find it, or I'll just get a new one. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's where we're going, and we're just about all moved in to our storage space so that we no longer have that chest monster being blown up by creepers on a regular basis. And with that, we have defeated our chest monster. We are all moved in, and we no longer are going to be coming and going from this temporary setup. Let's just get rid of this last box. Now you'll notice we still have one box here. That's going to be handled once we create our library. And I don't know what to do with all the fishing rods I fished up. Maybe I'll do something with that eventually, but we'll figure that out as we go. And over here we have all the dirt that we have collected that I'm keeping out separately because we still have a fair amount of terraforming to do on the front side of the stables. I never really like this sharp, sudden build-up. I kind of want to smooth this out and spread this around a little bit. So we're going to get to that. But otherwise, we are all moved in. Now, the first thing you might notice is that this storage solution, I might leave that there, that's fine. This storage solution is not what you typically see in a lot of tutorials in Minecraft survival worlds. And there's kind of a good reason for that. One, we have functionality. So we have the auto smelter here where we're storing our ores, for example, where they can be easily processed into usable materials. And then we have our, fuel storage where we do that. Our wood storage here. Our general, various stones. We can probably come up with a better sign name for that. And generally speaking, most of the storage is just going to be aimed at storing what we're not actively working with, what we're not actively using. And it's not like we're trying to build a storage unit that lets us grow and have infinite resources for every potential build we might ever do. This storage is mostly going to be picking up on the stuff that we're not actively using. So I might go out and I might say collect a whole bunch of sugar cane to turn into paper in order to make rockets with our collection of gunpowder. Once that's all said and done, any excess sugar cane or paper will go in here, but it's not going to be like we're going to have an infinite supply to always on hand keep creating rockets. Same thing. We have our ocean thing. We'll build up any longer storage, any bigger storage where it can't just be held and contained in a chest or two. All of that is going to be meant for a later stage. And oops, I left a room completely unused. Well, that'll be useful for if we come across anything new that we need to store. But as I said, bigger projects, bigger storage, those come as we need it. And that's what the lower levels are for. Right now we are sitting here pretty nice and easy with our storage active builds, active use. This is just mainly just keep our leftovers organized so that small projects are available. We have a place to put things once we're done with big projects. And all in all, looking aesthetically pleasing and useful. So, and if you want to know how I put all these singular non-trapped chests next to each other, you can go ahead and take a peek at some of my shorts. I kind of explained it previously. But there you go. Nice simple storage solution, all moved in. And now we need to start discussing what are we going to go where are we going to go from here? What is the next stage? I want to do phase 3 as a library, but at the same time, maybe we need to also be considering our general living space. Like where is our permanent beds going to be stationed? And with that, dear adventurers, our move-in day is completed. So here's to new adventures, new memories, and new beginnings as we continue on building into our base. And as always, don't forget to share your thoughts and comments below. And until the next time, this has been our shifted reality.